Okay, fun stuff. Movies. I look down a little bit just every now and then just to check in. Make sure my button's buttoned, which it isn't. TV. My big gripe about all the TV shows is that you'll get 2 or 3 shows, they'll start building up real action, and then for some reason the networks just stop the show. I don't want to hear about the viewing, the ratings. If you're just going to watch 2 or 3 shows, there's no way that people are going to keep watching. You got to build up some action, some momentum, get it moving. Why stop? Makes no sense. Kills some real shows. I know the networks are making zillions. They know what they're doing, and they can just write, whatever, and make plenty of money. And a lot of these shows are really good. But how do you expect people to stick with them if all you're going to do is show a couple of them, especially if there's only like 12 episodes? You got to let it rock. Get like 6 or 7 of them in. Let it build up momentum. Then see what the audience does. Walking Dead, really disappointing ending at all. The Terminus was great. We were ready for the Terminus. It was great personality growth. It was just really a lot of interesting stuff this year. The ending was absolutely a letdown. Ending up in the rail car, and they're all going to be tough next year. And it was obvious the Terminus was a setup. It was obvious that this was going to happen. It was obvious that this was just a bridge to next year. It just was not that good. In the middle, the end of last year, when they had the big explosion at the jail and the fighting and everything, that was a great ending. This, I love The Walking Dead. I'm looking forward to next year, but this doesn't get me psyched to look for next year. Justified, great ending. Next year's going to be the last year. Love Justified. The characters are great. It's just, it gets some real goofballs in there, and everybody just has a really great attitude in this show. They're just either they're serious, but then not serious. You can just see their eyes flickering with a little joy every now and then, and the characters are just incredible. It's just a really great show. Next year is going to be the last year. I recommend anybody to try to catch up on Justified and see what's going on before next year. Really, really good. Tomorrow, people, after its mid-season break, it did great. It really has turned around. As you all know, I love CW. I love all the young people in there. And I see that it's supposed to be for people 18 to 35. Sorry, I'm over 35, and I love a lot of the CW stuff. Tomorrow People now has some really good action. They're fleshing out the characters. We're finding out the bad guys are the good guys are the bad guys, and the bad guys who think they're the good guys are really the bad guys still. But it's a lot of fun, very comic-like, very much like Arrow that way. But it's really starting to pick up. Arrow, love Arrow. Always love Arrow, but Arrow's got the same problems as Tomorrow People. We'll get 2 or 3 shows, they'll stop it, momentum goes. We got Slade here. Slade's back from the island. Slade's making trouble. He's the Hathaway man with his patch. Although you remember the Hathaway man, he was the guy who did the shirts, Hathaway shirts, I think, whatever it was. He was the Hathaway man. And we're building up to a big ending with a big explosion and a lot of action. And let's keep it going till the end, please. CW, please don't stop it. A real surprise, a show that's really turned it around has been Marvel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Wow! Wow! The last 4 or 5 shows has taken off. Hydra's come in. Hydra is taking S.H.I.E.L.D. down. We're finding out that Grant was a bad guy, though I'm hoping he's going to turn it around afterwards. But man, he's taking out people left and right, and he was a good guy. He's trying to set up Skye and Coulson and everybody, and they're trying to run it along with the Captain America movie. Now, I haven't watched the Captain America movie, and it doesn't bother me, but it's just this Hydra thing coming in inside of S.H.I.E.L.D., taking it over from the inside, making it cancer and exploding out. It's just been great. These guys are on their own, and they're bringing in some really good characters, and it's really excellent. They've turned it around, guys. Right on. Watch Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Get through the first 5 or 6 shows and then just strap on the seatbelt. Revolution, that's another one that has trouble picking up momentum. Every time it starts to pick up something, either with AI or the kids who are totally brainwashed with the numbers in their eye, then it goes off the air for a couple weeks, and you can't get rolling with it. It doesn't make sense. They've got the producer from Farscape. They got a lot of guys in here who really can make things happen, and for some reason it's just not happening. I really want it to happen. It isn't. The 100. It's Lord of the Flies in space, coming back to Earth. Interestingly, very good. The characters are good. The kids are really acting it out. Some good action. Finding out, who you can trust, who you can't trust. But, do you kill? These are kids who, are just, they were all criminals, kinda. That most of them really weren't. And the satellite is losing all of its air, so they had to send the kids out and see if they could live on Earth. Earth, of course, a little crazy, and they're starting to find out more things that are going on Earth. But the kids are their own worst enemy, and they're just taking each other apart. But I think they'll come around. There's some really good characters in here. The 100, watch it. That's about where we are on some of the shows that we really like right now. Can't think of any other one that's really getting me worked up that I'm watching that much. Of course, Game of Thrones is the Game of Thrones, but you can read about that anywhere. It's great. And spoiler alert, when the kid dies, the Kid King, he tastes it good. I was tired of him. Time to move on with some real action, with some real players. So that should be a lot of fun as things keep going on. Looking forward to talking to you later. Subscribe. Peace.